Hi there, good evening. Welcome to the Transfer Show. There's less than 1 week to go until deadline day. There's a lot to get through before tonight's soccer special at 7 o'clock. You've been warned, including Anthony Martial, who's in Spain to complete his loan move to Sevilla. But who has the better end of the deal, United or Sevilla? Oh, believe it or not, guys, this time next week it'll all be over. You'll be able to sleep in a dark room for about a week after you're doing your month's work. But anyway, for tonight, it's going to be sharp. I said that in the last show and you didn't basically do as you're told. So tonight, now, I'm keeping you to strict 30 seconds, 45 seconds per answer. Good? OK, let's go start with Carve then. Luis Diaz, tell us more.
Yeah, look, Spurs are in talks to sign Luis Diaz from Porto. Portuguese sources have told us that Spurs are willing to pay 45 million euros for him, plus 10 million euros in add-ons. So that is a total of 55 million euros. Porto, I think, want about 60 million euros.
Okay.
So the two clubs not that far apart. Now, Luis Diaz, he's a Colombian winger. He's got 2.5 years left on his contract. Liverpool were interested in signing him. Lots of clubs have been watching him. Porto's game this weekend, I think there were scouts from Manchester United, Atletico Madrid and also Borussia Dortmund. He scored 16 times this season. Spurs in talks to sign him from Porto.
OK, roughly on time. Carve, let's stick with you. Newcastle and Diego Carlos, are they getting frustrated by Sevilla?
Look, Newcastle will be able to sign him if they offer Sevilla 45 million euros. At the moment, I think they're willing to pay about 30 million euros. That is not enough. What is interesting is that Sevilla have offered Diego Carlos a new contract. He's turned that contract down. The reason they offered him that new contract is that Newcastle's offer to him was to almost double his wages. So Sevilla have said, look, here's a new contract. We'll match what Newcastle are offering, almost doubling your wages. Diego Carlos had said, no, I don't want to sign a new contract at Sevilla, even though we're second in La Liga going for the title. I want to go to Newcastle. But for this move to happen, Newcastle are going to have to increase their offer significantly. It's got to be 45 million euros. I know that sounds a lot, but people on the Seville end of the deal are saying to me, look, Newcastle United just spent £25 million on a 31-year-old striker from Burnley.
And we know they've got the money.
They've got the money. If they want to sign a Brazilian centre-back, one of the best centre-backs in the world at the moment, 45 million euros.
Again, slightly over, but anyway. Look, Anthony Martial, I want you to both talk about this one, but briefly again. Situation is he's gone on loan to Sevilla. Who's got the better deal here, United or them?
Well, look, he has arrived in Sevilla ahead of finalising that loan move from Manchester United. I think we can see pictures right now of Anthony Martial arriving there in Sevilla. There he is. It's all agreed. It's a straight loan, no loan fee. The wages will be paid in full by Sevilla. He'll now have his medical. He always wanted to go to Sevilla. There was interest from Juventus and Barcelona, but he thought he'd get more game time at Sevilla, and there's a La Liga title race as well. They're very firmly in it against Real Madrid. No option to buy. Looks like a smart move by Manchester United, because if they were to put an option in now, it wouldn't be great because he's not in favour. If he can go to Sevilla, play well, play regularly, he can come back and look, his Manchester United career might not be over because they'll have a new manager and he might say, I want Anthony Martial as part of my plans. If he doesn't, he would have played well at Sevilla, still got enough time on his contract to command a big transfer fee and his valuation might go up. And if he plays well, there might be more than just Sevilla interested in him in the summer. Creates a bidding war, and who knows, Manchester United will get a price that probably they would like.
Yeah, so it works for the player, but does it work for United?
I don't think so. I mean, yes, in their present circumstances it does, but I think it's a disappointing end to a disappointing career. He's been at Manchester United for 7 seasons. Great things were expected. People thought he was going to be the next Thierry Henry. I think out of those 7 seasons, he probably had 2 good seasons. He cost United £50 million. When he moved from Monaco, there was even a clause in his contract saying that if he was nominated for the Ballon d'Or while he was at Manchester United, United would have to pay an extra 10 million euros to Monaco. So he didn't come anywhere close to fulfilling that kind of potential. Okay. And again, as far as Manchester United are concerned, look, they want him out, but Sevilla are getting a very good deal. They're not paying a loan fee at all. They're paying his wages. His wage is significant. Something like £250,000 a week. He's on more than Mohamed Salah at Liverpool.
Yeah, not for long though, maybe, if we believe the stories of what Salah was asking for. OK, let's stay with Manchester United. Donnie Vanderbik, where were we with that?
Yeah, Crystal Palace want to sign Donnie Vanderbik. This came to us in the past hour, on loan until the end of the season. Now, as far as Manchester United are concerned, I'm told that they would consider allowing Donnie Vanderbik to go on loan if a suitable offer presented itself, both from a financial perspective and a footballing perspective as well. It's thought United would only consider a straight loan deal. The contract of Vanderbik is on United's side. He's got a contract till 2025, and they've inserted a club option to extend that for a further year until 2026. As far as Vanderbik is concerned, his only priority is to get more regular first-team football. If that was away from Old Trafford and he played well, rather like the Martial situation, and played regularly, then his value would go up. But once again, a new manager might think, he's good, I want him as part of my plans when we reassess what he's going to do in the summer. And I think in the back of his mind, but very much in the back of his mind, is his Netherlands future. Yeah. He has not been selected for a squad since Louis van Gaal took over as Netherlands manager. That's purely because he's not playing, and Louis van Gaal has made it clear to him he needs to be playing regular first-team football if he is to force his way back. It's looking rather slim, the chance of him making the World Cup squad, but you never know.
Again, I don't think you can put a positive spin on this as far as Manchester United are concerned. Let's not forget, this is a player, absolutely brilliant player at Ajax. United spent something like £40 million on him. He's been at Old Trafford. He never gets a chance. He doesn't play. He's always on the bench. He doesn't get a chance. When he gets a chance, he comes on for a couple of minutes. Again, if he goes to Crystal Palace, well done, Crystal Palace. Incredible deal. They're getting a player for nothing, really. It doesn't look like they're going to pay a loan fee. Again, they'll just be paying his wages. And this guy is somebody who was part of that incredible Ajax team who almost got to the Champions League final. And he's a brilliant player, but for whatever reason, he hasn't got a chance.
I can't wait to see him get a full game and play amazing, you know, because this is the Donnie Vanderbik we're all kind of excited to see, certainly in the Premier League. OK, what about Jesse Lingard, somebody else who wants game time?
Newcastle United still want to sign him. They're pushing hard to sign him, and they're prepared to pay a loan fee, and they are prepared to pay Jesse Lingard's wages in full for the rest of his contract, which runs out in the summer. But Newcastle are still waiting for a final decision from Manchester United as to whether they will actually sanction a move for Jesse Lingard in this transfer window. Remember, he can leave for free in the summer, and there's no sign that he wants to stay at Manchester United beyond the end of his contract in the summer. One thing is for certain, he's desperate to play football. Remember, in the back of his mind as well, 10 months away, England's participation in the World Cup in Qatar. Yeah. Is he going to get into that squad if he's not playing football? 100% not. But he does want the opportunity to speak to Newcastle, so they're just waiting for Manchester United to make that decision. He though will have the final say. You can have an agreement between Manchester United and Newcastle United, but if Jesse Lingard doesn't want to go, it's up to him, because he's got 6 months left on his contract. He might just say, I'm going to sit these 6 months, I'm going to see if I can get some action at Manchester United, and then I will leave as a free agent in the summer. The loan deal appears to be a good move for everyone, though, because Newcastle don't commit a permanent transfer fee. Lingard can help them stay in the league, and if he doesn't, they haven't committed a permanent transfer fee for it. Manchester United aren't expecting any money anyway, because he's not going to sign a new contract, but if they can get a loan fee and his wages paid, that at least is something.
Again, I don't think you can put a positive spin on this. Again, he's a very good player. He's an England international. Manchester United are going to get nothing for him. He's going to either leave for nothing in the summer, or he's going to go to Newcastle now, and I'm pretty sure he'll do a very good job at Newcastle, just like he did a very good job at West Ham United. So they're going to lose Lingard for nothing. They're going to lose Anthony Martial for nothing. They're going to lose Donnie Vanderbik for nothing. Paul Pogba's probably going to leave in the summer for nothing as well. So, you know, I understand these players need to be moved out because obviously they're not part of United's plans going forward. But United are getting next to nothing for them at the moment. But who knows what happens in the future?
They are getting wages off it in certain terms. No. OK. Dusan Vlahovic on the move, potentially, but not to Arsenal.
Yeah, look, Arsenal were one of a number of clubs that were interested, but Sky Italy are now reporting that a €75 million deal has been agreed with Juventus from Fiorentina for Dusan Vlahovic. And it's now thought that Vlahovic was just waiting for Juventus. They were his one and only choice. Now, make no mistake, Fiorentina would not want to sell to Juventus. They are big rivals. They do not want to sell their prized asset to a big rival. and an enemy as well. They just don't want to do that. Fiorentina's hierarchy have been very, very public about saying they are open to selling Dusan Vlahovic in this transfer window. They've also been very open by saying, we've had no communication with Vlahovic. He won't tell us what he wants to do. We have had no communication with his agent. He won't tell us what they want to do. So it's not an ideal situation as far as Fiorentina are concerned. But in a way, they're putting the onus on Vlahovic and his people, because they don't want to be the ones that the Fiorentina fans blame, the Fiorentina hierarchy. They are basically putting all the onus on Vlahovic. We had said there's lots of offers from English clubs. We're open to selling. We want to do a deal in this transfer window. But this is Vlahovic's decision. He wants to go to Juventus. OK, Fiorentina fans, don't look at us. This is his decision. But they're a bit hamstrung of Fiorentina. 18 months left on his contract, Vlahovic. And no sign of signing a new contract. They offered him a contract that would have made him the highest paid player in Fiorentina's history. But he didn't want to sign it. You could argue that why didn't Juventus wait until the summer, because they could have got him for cheaper if Juventus was his choice. I think Juventus are quite wary of competition, particularly from the Premier League, and in particular maybe from Manchester City in the summer coming in. So they want to do this deal right here, right now. Fiorentina already looking at replacements, and the one they're looking at is Basel's Arthur Cabral. Already an offer has gone in, according to Sky in Italy. Don't know whether it's been accepted, but they're the ones that they're negotiating with to try and get that player.
OK, you haven't been very positive.
What happened with the 45 seconds?
Well,
that was about 4 minutes.
I can't keep up with it, honestly. We're wasting time now talking about the 45 seconds. But look, you have been completely negative about everything you said tonight. So can you put a positive spin on that for Arsenal fans? Because obviously they've missed out.
For Vlahovic,
yeah.
I think Vlahovic would have been a brilliant signing for Arsenal.
But they didn't get him.
Hats off to them, they tried to sign him. But as Darmesh said, all along he wanted to move to Juventus, and it looks like that's where he's going.
OK. That was quick. Well done. What about Arsenal's pursuit for a midfielder then?
Yeah, look, Arsenal are still trying to sign a midfielder. They haven't given up hope of signing Bruno Guimaraes from Lyon. A young Brazilian midfielder. He's in the Brazil squad. He would cost about 30 million euros. Arsenal, one of the clubs trying to sign him. In the past, he's been watched very, very closely by PSG, Manchester United, Spurs, lots of other clubs. I'm being told that he's more likely to move in the summer, but that doesn't mean that we should discount the chances of him moving this window. And I'm being told that at the moment, Arsenal are the favourites to get him if he was to move in this window. But lots of other clubs trying to sign him as well.
Frank Kessie, what can you tell us about that?
One of the most sought-after midfielders in European football just now, and he's into the final 6 months of his contract, so he can be a free agent in the summer. Increasingly likely he's going to honour his contract to AC Milan and leave as a free agent in the summer. Now, what he was after with AC Milan was around £175,000 a week. Milan weren't willing to match that, and I think they've accepted that he will see out the remainder of his contract and leave on a free, simply because they want to keep him while there is still in this Serie A title race, around 4 points, I think, behind Inter Milan in third place in Serie A. It's then thought that Kessie will assess all of his options in the summer. One of them is Tottenham Hotspur. We know that they're interested, but the question is then who wouldn't be interested in this player? And intriguingly, I've been told that a couple of the managerial contenders for the Manchester United job come the summer are long-term admirers of Frank Kessie, so you can add United potentially to that list of admirers.
OK, look, he mentioned Tottenham there, but obviously we were speaking to Conte only last week saying that, you know, probably players are going to have to go out in order for players to come in. So what can you tell us about Ndombele?
Look, Tanguy Ndombele, obviously he's held talks with PSG about moving to PSG on loan. There is the connection there with Mauricio Pochettino, who signed him for Spurs. I think that is his number one option at the moment. But I was told this afternoon that Everton were one of the clubs who are also interested in signing him. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's unlikely that it is going to happen. Obviously, he's a player who costs, what, 60, 65 million pounds. He's available on loan at the moment, so lots of different clubs are looking at him. I think PSG are the most likely destination for him, but Everton also a club who would be interested in getting him if they could.
OK. All right, stay with us, because we're going to have plenty more on the situation with Everton, because we want to talk about their search for a new manager as well. We're also going to have news from all 20 clubs in our Premier League wrap with these two.
I'm in.
I'm in.
We're all in to kick it out.
With 6 days to go until deadline day, it's time now to go around the club, Starmesh.
Certainly is, Carve. Juventus have agreed a £62.8 million deal with Fiorentina to sign Arsenal target Dusan Vlahovic. That's according to Sky in Italy.
Negotiations are ongoing between Aston Villa and Juventus for midfielder Rodrigo Betancourt. A sell-on clause inserted by his former club Boca Juniors is complicating this deal.
Brentford close to finalising terms on a 6-month contract with Christian Eriksen. Eriksen is training with Ajax reserves this week.
Brighton are getting very close to completing the signing of teenage Paraguayan attacker Julio Enquizo. The fee just under £6 million.
Burnley in advanced talks over a deal for Dinamo Zagreb midfielder Mislav Orsic.
Time running out for Chelsea to try and get Emerson Palmieri back from his loan at Lyon.
Crystal Palace want to sign Donnie Vanderbik on loan from Manchester United.
Everton will hold further talks with Vitor Pereira this week. Frank Lampard also due to discuss the vacant manager's job at Goodison Park.
Leeds United could wait until the summer transfer window if they can't get a deal done for Brendan Aronson this month. His club RB Salzburg are reluctant sellers.
Leicester City still looking for a centre-back. but they may wait until the summer now.
Liverpool have been quiet in this window. They could, though, let Nat Phillips and Nico Williams go out on loan before the deadline.
England midfielder Jill Scott has left Manchester City and joined Aston Villa on loan until the end of the season.
Newcastle United still pushing hard to sign Manchester United forward Jesse Lingard this week. Newcastle prepared to pay a loan fee and the players' wages in full.
Newcastle will be able to sign Diego Carlos if they offer Sevilla €45 million for the Brazilian centre-back. Newcastle are currently refusing to pay more than €30 million.
As it stands, Norwich manager Dean Smith is planning for Todd Cantwell and Max Aarons to stay put in this window. Cantwell, though, wasn't in the 20-man squad at Watford on Friday.
Southampton's priority at the moment is deciding whether or not to bid to make Chelsea's Armando Broja a permanent signing.
Tottenham in talks with Porto over winger Luis Diaz. Sources in Portugal have told us Spurs are willing to pay €45 million plus €10 million in add-ons. Porto holding out for €60 million.
Watford are set to appoint former England manager Roy Hodgson as their new head coach on a deal until the end of the season.
Marseille defender Duje Caleta-Car is one of several centre-back options West Ham are looking at.
And still no deal agreed with Tottenham for the sale of Adama Traoré. Talks have been progressing in recent days, negotiations ongoing.
OK, don't forget there is a soccer special this evening. That's at 7 o'clock right here on Sky Sports News and Main Event from 7 p.m. Nick Powell at the helm tonight because we've had our own COVID substitution, eh? There we are. Well done for walking back to the desk. Really.
Yeah, I was just focused on that.
Yeah.
I was going to answer your question, but I couldn't do two things at once.
No, I know you can't. OK, let's go for a couple of more topics then. The Brazilian wonder kid. You mentioned last week, Carve, Endrick. Where are we with him?
Look, the Brazil wonder kid keeps scoring goals. I just got some messages this afternoon, which I'm trying to find. He was playing again today in this regional competition in Sao Paulo. Scouts from all the biggest clubs around Europe have been there to watch him. His name is Endrick, 15 years old. There was a big article about him in a Spanish sports paper today, claiming that Real Madrid were making the running to sign him. 15 years old. People are saying he's the future of Brazilian football. His agent also represents Vinicius Jr., who's at Real Madrid. So you would think that Real Madrid may be in pole position to sign him, but I think he's going to be the next big thing in Brazilian football. Endrick, yet again, he scored today, and all these scouts who've gone to Brazil to watch him are being very impressed by what they're seeing, because every game he's played in since we started talking about him 2 weeks ago, he's scored.
Yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he?
No pressure.
Yeah,
15 years old.
I know, but to be that talented at 15.
He's the next who?
Ronaldo, Romario.
And all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Good. OK, like you say, no pressure. OK, it's only Carve now. Away from transfers for a bit, what about the search for a new manager for Everton? Where's that at?
Look, I know lots of Everton supporters want to know what's going on. Obviously, lots of talks are going on behind the scenes. I think at the moment the leading contender is probably Vitor Pereira, the Portuguese manager. Now, I understand some of the sort of coverage of his potential to become an Everton manager has been quite negative. People have been doubting his credentials. But I think if you actually look at his CV, in the past 10 years, he's won 8 trophies. So I know people are saying, oh, well, it's at Porto. Anyone could have won those trophies. It's at Olympiacos. Anyone could have won those trophies. Well, he's actually won them. So his CV, like everyone else's CV, has highs and lows, but there are more highs than lows. I think he is a leading candidate. He is very impressive when he talks about himself and his ideas and his vision. And I think it's important to stress that he is not represented by Kia Joorabchian. A lot of people saying that Kia Joorabchian is sort of in the ear of the Everton owner, Fahad Moshiri, telling him what to do. He is not Vitor Pereira's agent. Vitor Pereira doesn't have an agent. He's represented by a Portuguese lawyer. Fabio Cannavaro, represented by Pini Zahavi. He's somebody else who's got a great CV, but in Chinese football and in the Middle East and as a player, I think it's unlikely that it's going to be him.
I'm cutting you off. No more.
Wayne Rooney, no approach yet.
He's got to drop us off there. OK, you've been great, you two. Let's cross to the Soccer Special studio. It is Nick Powell who's at the helm tonight. Darren Bent, Paul Merson, Karen Carney and Chris Boyd. Enjoy yourselves.